there.
Was it more right there, or was it over here?
No, it was right there.
Huh.
It was clear as day, too. It was really...
How many hours ago was it?
What time is it now? 8:30?
About 9 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, it was about... Where did we get that food? It was 7:15. Yeah.
Well, it feels awesome out here, don't it?
Feels fantastic. What's that temperature going to be tomorrow?
In the 70s, but it's going to be storming. So.
That's why we can't see the Venus and Jupiter today.
Now, hey, here's the funny thing. My friends at school, they always get me. They're like, "Dylan, point this way," and I'll be like, "It's over there." You know, because when you point, it's like.
Yeah. You throw the curveball pointer, man.
Yeah, and then other guys at school say, "Man, Dylan, you can get a real good back slap in."
Oh God.
Just imagine.
Oh yeah.
Back
Hard.
slap.
Yeah, and then you damage your finger too.
Oh yeah, and my hand.
Oh God.
I have a broken hand and broken fingers.
I was just thinking any minute, any second, they're gonna have like the clouds move away and we're gonna be able to see it. But that's gonna be a negative. And I really want to see that again.
That's gonna be a negative.
It had to be what it is though. I mean, it was so big.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh really? Just look at the beauty up there.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's almost like, I mean, people that think that we're really actually living in a flat Earth, like, come on. You can see, like, if you look in the sky real hard, you can see how the globe kind of like is around.
Yeah.
Almost like a dome or something, you know?
Yeah. Then again, it could be a flat Earth and a dome, man, like a snow globe or something.
Or maybe it's not a flat Earth, and like every time like rocket ships in space, it's not really real. You know, it's like you try to get out, and boom.
Yeah.
What if we're actually trapped in this world?
Yeah, for sure.
I always think about it.
You can't prove it.
Did you let me know?
This thing right there looks like a little bit of red. I can't do it.
Yeah.
See it?
Where?
On it.
Oh yeah, that one.
It's got a red.
It's like an orange.
I want to get my phone and I wish I would have videoed like I wish I would have videoed it then.
You got a crappy picture.
I got crappy pictures, but I mean like it was just.
It looked like two little dots in the pictures.
Yeah, I know because the picture doesn't do justice. Yeah. But it was just so bright. It was just so bright. If you keep looking up, you will see the stuff.
It's true. Very true.
But I don't really want to look up. Yeah, that's one there. Yeah. I mean, like.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, what a deep subject.
Welcome back to Feller Talk, fellers. It has been at least a couple months. I told you guys that I can't come back to the channel for another couple months, at least until May. But I figured out that I can do Feller Talks, and maybe during this time period I can do a lot more Feller Talks than I normally could without this hurt hand that I've got here. As you can tell, I've got signatures on my cast. Ask me if it's arched. It's because something to do with the blood flow of the fingers. When they hang down, they dangle, and the blood flow needs to come directly to the fingers to accelerate the surgery and kind of make sure everything's going well. So that's why it's curved like this. Captain Hook, Sock Puppet, Hook Master. I mean, you can call me whatever you want to be honest, and I'll be okay with it. But let me tell you guys what's been going on recently before we get into the episode. Obviously, I've had surgery already. I've gone through the surgery. I've been making the documentary. And everything's been going pretty well. Something I do worry about, though, is at least one of the things that's gone on for the past 2 days. It's right now it's February 28th, 2023. 2023 has been a wild already off the bat. I've been sick 3 times this year. I've also cut my fingers wide open, cut an artery, 2 tendons, and hit a nerve. So that is why I've had to have surgery. That's why I've been absent. If you didn't watch the video where you catch back up, which I'm sure you guys have already watched all of it, if not most of it, of what's been going on recently. But yeah, and I got a new haircut. So yeah, at least the haircut looks all right. In the morning times, I'll style it and stuff, make it look all nice. But yeah, it's been one heck of a year already, and I don't really know what to think of 2023 because my mind's been on TikTok too. I've been addicted to that app. Haven't gotten off of it in a while. So when I'm bored, I'll normally get on it. Actually, the night that I cut myself with my fingers or with the knife, the dagger. I actually was watching TikTok momentarily before that happened. I would say like 5 to 7 minutes before it happened, and I got off TikTok, and I remember exactly what happened that night, February 17th, 2023. I just got back from my grandmother's. It was probably around 7ish. I ate dinner with her and my grandfather. We got Outback to go take out, and everything was going good. I had a good day that day. I went to the gym for the last time. Me and Blake and one of my friends, Nash R, we went to the gym, and we were having a good day. Everything was going nice. Everything was going sharp. Everything was going smooth. And I thought nothing could ever happen. I was having a good day, too. So, I don't know. I mean, God has a reason for everything, I bet. But, yeah, I was not expecting that. It honestly tickled my balls when that happened. Because honestly, guys, I was not expecting me to cut my fingers. Because I've had knives for 4 to 5 years. And I've had 2 accidents. And one of them is the only major one. The other one, I just got stabbed right here before in the center of my palm. It wasn't even that bad. I went to a football game that night. But, yeah, it's just, it happened so fast. And I didn't even cry or anything. Everybody was saying I was a strong person. Yeah, I know. But honestly, it was just the adrenaline, so much rush to my head. I was like, well, I just cut myself. My fingers are literally slit open. Tissues coming out of my fingers. I think I'm seeing bone even. It was scary, dude. I mean, I was on that floor over there. It was in this room. It was on that floor near my couch, or that couch right there. And I was on the ground. There was blood just everywhere. It wasn't like spraying out or anything, but it was just dripping down. It was like a waterfall of blood. And it was the first time I've ever seen something major happen like that. Anyways, it was an awful experience. I don't recommend really getting into knives. I trust myself with knives, even though I did that stupid decision I made that night. But I start to think, too, back to my point, if I would have just kept watching TikTok, kept watching YouTube,
I even sent my friend a video of the dagger and stuff. If I would have just kept watching whatever I was kept doing whatever I was doing, and I wouldn't get bored that night, this would never have happened. And I keep thinking to myself, man, I could have totally escaped that, Jeez. But anyways, really depressing. Let's get into the failure talk. Hope you guys have been doing all right too. Failure talk episode. I don't even know. It's been a while. Yes, episode 29 of failure talk. It's been going on for a long time. I remember when this started back in 2020, January 2020. Crazy, man. Crazy how time flies. Alright, let's get into it. The first topic on this 29th episode of Failure Talk is the surgery. Obviously, I mentioned it just a few minutes ago. Yeah, surgery went well. They put me, in the documentary, you'll see me getting put under. It was almost anesthesia. It wasn't anesthesia though. It was something else. It didn't really fully knock me out, but it knocked me out pretty hard to where I was just out of it. I was in a whole different planet. I mean, I was beyond outer space. I mean, the world's getting. Oh, by the way, I've been trying to go to the gym recently, and I haven't been able to work out, but I've been going to the gym. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm getting that tricep forearm too, I'm working on it. Once I go back to the gym, I'm fully going to be pumped up, ready to go, hit those weights, and hopefully get back to it and get a really, really fit body. But anyway, surgery went well. Documentary kind of says it all for you. Once you see it, it's coming out in May, by the way. Once you see it, you'll know. Surgery went well. I didn't feel a thing. It felt like they were tugging at my skin. Yet again, I was halfway asleep, halfway awake. My surgeon did very well. Put me in a cast, and now I'm just part of the recovery, So, you learn, you live. The next topic, channel update. So, like I said, won't be back to filming storyline videos or any kind of action videos until May of 2023 of this year. So I'll be absent for a couple months. I'll probably make a couple of failure talks just to keep this channel active. But as soon as I get back to filming, me and Andrew, aka Charlie McClellan, are going to film an episode together. It's going to be a Dylan and Charlie episode. The episode's going to be about us trying to find clues about Debbie, because obviously Debbie is a part of the channel again. She is in Wyoming. She is out there somewhere. We don't know where in Wyoming, but apparently Charlie has some update on her. Charlie has some ideas on where she could be. And we got to find clues. So we're gonna go around town in my hometown. We're gonna go to different locations. It's gonna be a really fun episode. We're gonna drive my car. There's gonna be good dialogue, and yeah. Hopefully some pretty decent action. I mean, no knives in the videos anymore, so I have to find some prop knives that I can use. But yeah, pretty much. But it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a good video. And then you obviously got the Jonathan video that's coming up before that, and I gotta film that as well. Channel update. We're gonna be keeping it going. Don't worry, this channel's not dying yet. We're living another day. For today is another day, and another day is today. Who said that one? Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, I think we all know who said that. Next topic. I know we're going through these pretty fast, but it's okay. We're going to make this good. We're going to make it good. The third topic is Debbie / my mental health state during 2023. Well, like I said at the beginning, 2023 has been one heck of a year so far. I've been sick 3 times. I've had to have surgery for the first time, and now I've got to take a break from YouTube. So, what's going on? What's even here at this point? But the reason John put Debbie in there / mental health. More about my mental health, honestly. Debbie's been a big part of it. That's why he put it in there. But yeah, so. Gotta prepare myself when I say this. I have been in a weird state of mind for a long time now. For nearly 4 years, I've been I started to get depression back in 2019, end of 2019, going into 2020. Depression for me started when I was going into my teenage years. As any teenager, going through puberty, going through all the struggles of life that, you progressively have to go through. I went through it a little differently. And I had a lot more to me than just puberty and being a teenager and just being depressed all the time. I was I was in a weird spot, and I didn't know where I was going. And as each year would go by, 2021, 2022, and now 2023, 3 years go by, and honestly, I am really sad. But I'm trying to find things. I thought knives were it, but apparently I can't have those till I'm 18 again. But I still have the stick, so I can fight outside. I'm trying to find mental images I can put in my head to where I'm like, okay, well, I know this is bad for me, so I need to stop doing this. Or I know that if I do this because of my mental health, it's going to decrease my stamina even more, and I'm going to be tired as all get out, or just really depressed. So I'm finding things to do, like listening to music, stick fighting, going outside on walks, going to the gym, getting fit, getting a big body. That's what I'm working at right now. Well, I was working at. So yeah, and hanging out with friends. I've got a lot of things that keep me going. The channel is another thing that honestly is keep me going. So when people say I don't have a lot of hobbies, I think they'd be wrong there, because I feel like I do have a lot of hobbies right now. Obviously, I go to school right now, and I can't do anything when I get home, so I normally either take a nap, drink a Red Bull, do laundry. Sometimes I'll go outside for a minute. I hang out with friends. So I'm finding things to do during this weird state of mind I've been in for 4 years. It's keeping me going. It's keeping me stable. And there, along the lines of 4 years, there's been a lot of incidences where I've come close to really, really bad things. But I've always stopped myself. And even if I don't stop myself in the things I still do today, things get addictive. Things get really rough. So, not drugs or anything, but other stuff. Anyways, but I'm trying to find ways, especially this year, that I can cope with this, and I'm learning from it. I have ideas as well. But Debbie, I've had a lot of visions about her. I have these visions in my head where I see Bruce, I see Sex Lindsay, I see Aunt Marilyn, and they're not natural of a kid my age to be having these visions that I'm having, these rated R, top tier, ugly visions of what my life could turn into. And not only that, just what kind of person I really am in the inside, deep down. And these three people, they show me who I really am sometimes. In my dark ages, I'm not like actually that person in my visions, but I'm that idea that I can become that, and it really scares me. And these people have done a lot of bad things. Torture is one of them, but there's many other words to describe what they've done. And the deluders, they're not good people. They mess with me all the time, and they're if I had schizophrenia, if I actually had a mental disease that I had no idea I had, they would be the demons in my head. But then again, I'm trying. So even though not every day is successful, not every day is happy sunshine. I'm getting my demons out of I'm getting my demons out of my head. I'm getting all of this fear out. I'm actually succeeding for once. Not every day's like that. Okay? You got to understand that through this time that I'm dealing with and I'm suffering with, I have to go through struggle. Struggle wouldn't exist. Happiness wouldn't exist if struggle never existed. So you have to go through struggle. You have to know what struggle is. You have to know what it's like to actually suffer mentally, to be the strong, sophisticated character you want to be. And That's why I have the channel. I express emotions through these videos that I produce, that I think of in my head. I don't even need a script. I just think of it in my head because it's a part of me somehow. And I really do love making these videos, especially for you guys, but especially for me as well, because I think seeing them, watching them, rewatching them after I filmed it, after I put it all together and edit, and I post it on YouTube, and I see these comments, especially you, Steve, when you analyze the videos on the comments, I brighten up every time. I love reading it. It's awesome. And that goes along with everybody. I mean, I have a lot of subscribers. It's not just Steve. It's a lot of people. You guys are awesome. Garage door. Sorry. Don't really have a studio yet. Can't you tell? But, yeah. If it weren't for this, I don't know what it would be for. Next topic. Topic number 4. Aliens / the end of the world. Opinions on it. This one's a good one, John. I'm not gonna lie. So, obviously Joe Biden shot down that balloon from China, and everybody was like, "Oh God, it could be aliens," all that stuff. I personally believe that was just a balloon from China that they were using to spy on us. But this is all taking place in the U.S. too. So if you're out of country, if this doesn't make any sense to you, it's all right. But this is what's been going on in the U.S. if you don't know, if you're not up to date. And people are suspecting it's aliens. And people are thinking, well, I mean, this isn't the first time this has ever happened either. Later on, after Biden shot down that balloon, and if you're going to ask me if I'm for Trump or Biden, I'm not going to answer because I'm for neither. I don't pay attention to politics. Politics is opinion. And for all I care, it can burn. I don't like politics. Not anymore. People have different opinions on it. People fight. People make this world destructive because of politics. And the government is crooked as it is. It's terrible. I hate it. I don't like to get into it. But, yeah, I mean, I've always believed in aliens. I think there's extraterrestrial out there. I think there is definitely something beyond this world. Something that we have never seen before, us humans. That we've never seen, we never laid eyes on. Because the world, I mean, the government doesn't want to actually go into this. They want to keep this world maintained. They don't want to scare us. So, obviously, they're going to say whatever they can to try to calm us down, make us calm. But what I really believe, in my true opinions, that there are aliens out there, or something. They don't have to be aliens. It's something out there. Whether it's human-like, or it's supernatural, or it's super, whatever. It could be an animal for all we know. But there's something watching us. And that's just my opinions. I could be wrong. But, yeah, it's too weird. The world's getting too weird for us to not be speculating things out there. So, the end of the world, though, it could happen at any time, If you're a believer in the Bible, Revelation says a lot about the end of the world. But not coming from a Bible state, I'm going to transition to like a real world scenario that could happen, not biblically related. I do believe in the Bible, though I have other opinions about what really happened. I'm not an atheist or anything, but I have other thoughts on what it's like to die and what happens after death. But that's for another time. This is the end of the world that we're talking about. When it happens, if it happens, and if we're still alive when it happens. I don't really know what would happen at the end of the world, but I do know that I believe when the end of the world is near, sorry, my computer went off, that we will, that was my phone, sorry. We won't be ready for it, okay? And I know that's what the Bible says, but this is coming from a human-like perspective. Nothing religious, just a regular, standard opinion here. I don't think we're going to be ready for it. I think the clouds are going to turn dark. The sky's going to be weird. The air's going to feel weird. The humidity's going to be really dry. And I feel like the whole world's going to be silent. There's not going to be a lot of commotion. The news won't know what to do because they speculate something. The whole world speculates something. Even the president could speculate something. But nobody's going to know what it is. Other countries, same thing. It's the whole world, the globe. And I think that day is going to be a really weird day for the world. But hopefully we'll have some idea on when the end of the world is, or we'll have an idea on when it's happening. But yeah, weird subject. Glad you put that on there, though. All right, the last thing. And I know you guys have been waiting on this. The past 2 episodes, I haven't been able to do it because I haven't been able to find the Book of Unusual Knowledge. And it took me about 5 minutes to try to find it before this episode started. Before I hit the record button, I finally found it. It was in my closet, sitting on a shelf. Here we go, guys. The Book of Unusual Knowledge. You guys excited? Because I'm excited. I know some of y'all have been waiting for this. I have too, honestly. So we're gonna open a page and see what we can find. The Book of Unusual Knowledge. All right, I found some. This topic's really well. It's not really a topic this time. It is 15 unusual facts about the human body, and I really think, coming from a Fairpoint perspective here, I think this is going to really teach us about some things, and I think it really fits well with the episode. So let's get into it. All right, the first fact is, don't stick out your tongue if you want to hide your identity. As fingerprints, everyone has a unique tongue print. So everyone has a unique tongue print. Not everybody has the same pattern of tongue, is kind of what it's saying. That's kind of cool. Your pet isn't the only one in the house with a shedding problem. Humans shed about 600,000 particles of skin every hour. That works out to be about a half pound each year. So the average person will lose around 105 pounds of skin by the age of 70. Huh. Nice. An adult has fewer bones than a baby. I think we all knew that. And if you got into biology, you would know that too. If you took biology in school. We started life with 350 bones, but because bones fuse together during growth, we end up with only 206 as adults. Now, I didn't know the story behind it. My biology teacher just told me about how babies have more bones than humans, like actual adults. So that's kind of cool. Did you know that you get a new stomach lining every 3 to 4 days? If you didn't, the strong acids in your stomach uses to digest food would also digest your stomach. Your nose is not as sensitive as a dog's, but it can detect 50,000 different senses. Holy shit. The small intestine is about 4 times as long as the average adult is tall. If it weren't looped back and forth upon itself, its length of 18 to 23 feet would fit into the abdominal cavity. This will really make your skin crawl. Every square inch of your skin on the human body has about 32 million bacteria on it. But fortunately, the vast majority of them are harmless. Of course. The source of smelly feet, like smelly armpits, is sweat. And if people sweat buckets from their feet, a pair of feet has 500,000 sweat glands, and you can produce more than a print of sweat a day. The air from a human sneeze can travel at speeds of 100 miles per hour or more. Another good reason to cover your nose and mouth when you sneeze. Or duck when you hear one coming your way. Blood has a long road to travel. Laid end to end, there are about 60,000 miles of blood vessels in the human body, and the hard-working heart pumps about 2,000 gallons of blood through the vessels every day. You may not want to swim in your spit, but if you save it all up, you could. In a lifetime, the average person produces about 25,000 quarts of saliva, enough to fill 2 swimming pools. By the age 60, 40% of women and 60% of men will snore. While snores average around 60 decibels, the noise level of normal speech, they can reach more than 80 decibels. Correct me if I'm wrong. 80 decibels is as loud as the sound of a pneumatic drill breaking up concrete. That's a really loud snore. Noise levels over 85 decibels are considered hazardous to the human ear. If you are clipping your fingernails more often than your toenails, that's only natural. The nails that get the most exposure and are used most frequently grow the fastest. Fingernails grow more quickly on the hand than you write with. They grow more quickly on the hand that you write with. That's kind of cool. Than on the longer fingers, of course. On average, nails grow about 1/10 of an inch each month. Crazy. No wonder babies have such a hard time holding their hands. The human head is 1/4 of a total length of birth, but only 1/8 of our total length by the time we reach adulthood. It's crazy. If you say that you're dying to get a good night's sleep, which I am. I've only had 7 hours of sleep in the past 2 nights. All together. So I've had 4 hours of sleep a couple nights ago, 3 hours of sleep last night. It was terrible. It could mean that literally, you can go without eating for weeks without scumbing. But 10 days is tops for going without sleep. After that, you'll be asleep forever. Man, that is really good. We'll have to get on more on that. That's some really good stuff right there. I'm not gonna lie. Alright guys, this is the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed Feller Talk episode 29. I will catch you guys on episode 30, and hopefully next time I'll have a guest with me. So that'll be really fun. I'm thinking it'll either be Blake or Andrew Richardson, which is Charlie. Maybe one of my family members, maybe another friend of mine. I don't know. I'll have to see. Can't be a celebrity or anything, but hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I will catch you guys when I do. See you fellers on the next one.